More of your calls and comments from our guests coming up. But right now, we need to talk about what John Bachman of Newsmax TV did earlier today. In fact, he led a focus group about the 2016 election. And John started out by asking the focus group about Donald Trump and how he's perceived by women voters.
All right, let's go ahead and get started with our focus group. Everybody, thanks for being with us. Our first topic is Donald Trump.
I respect women. I love women. I cherish women.
Raise your hand if you agree with Donald Trump on this issue.
His directness might throw some people off. It does not throw me off at all. I appreciate it.
Here's a guy, he was impeached because he lied. Do you remember the famous, I did not have sex with that woman, and then a couple of months later, I'm guilty. There is nobody that was worse. Nobody.
Do you think this will help Donald Trump?
Hillary Clinton features herself as a feminist, and yet with all this going on with her husband in the White House, she was never there with the women who he abused.
You know, I think that he is fair game because he's a past president.
I am not going to respond to the insults and the attacks coming from Donald Trump in this campaign.
I think women will get to choose who the next president of the United States is going to be. And I do very strongly believe that both candidates have to start addressing issues that are very important to women. That includes equal pay, that includes women's rights, health care, job opportunities, education. And I personally haven't heard either candidates really address those issues in any depth.
Then deal me in!
Who do you think is the best person to represent women in the White House?
I think it's Donald Trump.
Boom, boom, boom.
And I think that there are a lot of single issue voters who are women. But I think when it comes down to voting for who's best for our country, as far as security is concerned, and a lot of other, and economics, because if you're not economically sound, social programs don't matter, security doesn't matter, you have to be economically sound.
I'm very much undecided right now. I think the issue is not so much women. I think all those issues are issues that people in general care about, and I'm still waiting to see what the real policies are beyond the rhetoric in the headlines.
I'll throw out a couple ideas. Guys, raise your hand if this is the most important issue to you. The economy. Okay, security. All right, the most important issue, Tom, you can't pick all one, or maybe they're all the same. How about immigration? How about immigration? Who's going to vote decided on immigration? All right, you think immigration? Let's talk about that. Why do you think this is the most important issue to you?
We'll build the wall. Don't worry about it. Who's going to pay for the wall? Not even a doubt, okay?
As far as raising the borders from Mexico, I think that's very important because we do have a lot of illegal immigrants that are taking jobs away from Americans.
Tom, you're retired law enforcement. Tell us why you think this would work.
It's not just Mexicans that are coming in. We've had terrorism come in through the borders from the south. There's been mass killings down there along that border south of the Rio Grande. So I think it's important that we do that. If they want to come in, they come in through the front door legally.
I have some concerns about Donald Trump. I also have some concerns about Hillary Clinton in terms of respect. My colleagues, the chatter is off the charts on both sides, and joking, but I hope Costa Rica has a lot of room for Americans to come down, no matter who wins. There's a lot of people who just feel that there's a lack of real understanding or taking the national security situation seriously. But by even Hillary Clinton, who has a lot of experience.
Okay, now we're going to play word association. We're going to ask the voters how they feel about the presumptive nominees. One word description. Tell us how you feel about Hillary Clinton.
Opportunistic.
Deceitful.
Dishonest.
Anti-police.
Untrustworthy.
Unclear.
Determined.
Okay, next up, Donald Trump. One word to describe the way you feel about Donald Trump.
Gutsy.
Courageous.
Strong.
Strong.
American.
Bombastic.
Controversial.
Okay, so not exactly a scientific poll here, but at least we know where these folks stand. A nice cross-section of opinions. Now back to you guys.
All right, John Bachman, thanks to you and our focus group. And let's bring back our guests. Skyping in from Raleigh, North Carolina, Republican media strategist Mark Alderman, and from Newsmax Washington, Democrat PR expert Mark Alderman. Gentlemen, we thank you very much. Let's get right back to the phones at 1-877-NEWSMAX. From Bloomfield, New Jersey, we've got Monica on the phone. Monica,
hi, JD.
How are you?
I'm fine. We love Newsmax.
Well, we're glad you do, and thanks for watching. What's on your mind?
Okay, I have a few things on my mind. First of all, would what I would clearly say to the American people, that a vote for Hillary is not holding her accountable for Benghazi, not holding her accountable for anything. I'm an activist in my town since '86. We are, the middle class, have become a poster child for the Democratic Party. Most of us are on food stamps now. Our children are, we broke our backs putting our kids through school, and now we have to listen to Mitt Romney after we had to hold our noses for 8 years for them.
So Monica, I got to ask you this, and I hear the passion in your voice, but let me close out with a quick question to you, Monica.
Yes.
Can Donald Trump carry New Jersey this November?
Oh, I'm hoping.
All right.
We're really pulling it together. We got a headquarters going. We're really trying to we're working. We're hitting the pavement for them. We're committed.
All right.
And
Thanks very much, Monica. We appreciate it. Let me go to Mark Rotterman. You hear that? And New Jersey, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, last time it went Republican was during the Reagan years. Can that happen again?
I think it can happen again. I mean, if you look now, he's virtually at parity with the Reuters poll with Clinton across the country. He's doing very well in Pennsylvania, very well in Ohio. He's doing very well in Florida. This race is going to come down to economic security and national security. I think people trust Donald Trump more, the American voters, than they do Hillary Clinton. I mean, when the first word that comes out of most people's mouths in a focus group is untrustworthy.
All right. Well, we heard that some in our focus group here, but there's another critical state we're going to reach out to tonight. That's Ohio, and that is where Jim joins us via telephone. Jim, we welcome you to Newsmax Prime. Hello, Jim. Apparently, we don't have Jim. We'll try to reestablish contact. Let me go back to our friend Mark Alderman at Newsmax Washington. Is it a pipe dream, Mark, to think that Republicans could prevail in New Jersey? Or does Governor Christie help a candidate like Donald Trump? Got about a minute on this, Mark Alderman.
Congressman, I respect very much what Monica had to say, and I admire her involvement, but I respectfully and strongly disagree. Donald Trump is not going to carry New Jersey, and the irony to your question is that Chris Christie is going to hurt him in New Jersey, not help him, because Governor Christie has abandoned his state and is far more unpopular than either Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton in New Jersey today.
Well, it's an interesting take, and of course, Governor Christie is hard at work now helping with the presumptive transition. One quick thing to you, Mark Rotterman, does it send the wrong signal with Trump establishing a transition team right now? 15 seconds.
No, I don't think so. I mean, during the Reagan era, he did that 4 months out. We had a transition team in place, ready to roll. So the first 100 days, we could accomplish a lot of things. All
right, so it's not exactly presumptuous. Okay, fair enough. Let me presume to do the right thing and thank you both. Mark Alderman from Newsmax Washington, Mark Rotterman from Raleigh, North Carolina. Gentlemen, we thank you very much. And now it's time for the way you see it. Your comments via social media. Whole lot of you wrote in about Ron Paul and his appearance last night. Here's what Jimmy emailed in. He writes, I couldn't disagree more with your guest Ron Paul. What he says about Trump is wrong. For him to say that Hillary would be better says all I need to hear from Mr. Paul. That would conclude that statement, though it didn't appear on screen. Our interview with Michael Reagan prompted a lot of reaction as well. Mary wrote in to say this, I disagree with Michael Reagan that bringing up past events would be a losing proposition. Donald Trump spoke very wisely. The country may not want to relive those things, but if that's what it takes, so be it. And finally tonight, we hear from Catherine, who writes in about her frustration with what she calls career politicians. She writes, I'm angry with the elite career politicians on both sides of the aisle who have done nothing to serve the people and have not kept America safe and strong. I'm voting for Mr. Trump because they had their chance to do the right thing, but now it's time for something different. Something unchanging is our request to let us know what you think. You know the phone number to call in live. We've also got the website and Twitter. See it right there? Take that down. That'll do it for tonight. Stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.